All right, you guys have seen this yellow beauty multiple times in a lot of recoveries actually. It's owned by Brian, Atlas Towing out of Bear Lake. Called us up and he's like, hey, it's wintertime. I want to do something with it. What should we do? And I said, listen, first off, you called the right guys. What do you want to do? Like, are you wanting to spend a lot of money on this? What do you think? And he's like, well, I don't want to spend a crazy ton of money, but I've got a buddy who has a set of tracks. And I said, listen, say no more, my friend. That's us. We are SparksMotorsTracks.com. Dropped off the old girl here. Plan is we're gonna put like a lift on it. We're gonna put the tracks on it. We're gonna put more winches on it. We're gonna do better lights on it. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff to this thing. So he lives in Garden City. Garden City has a population of like 200 people, I swear. That town has never had a Lamborghini in it ever before. And then all of a sudden, just this guy, Brian, buys a Lamborghini. Now there's a Lamborghini in the town. Game plan now, pulling the semi out, gonna get this jump started, pull this in, go over all the details with Brian of what we're thinking of doing. And then, yeah, a lot of this also stemmed from Dave Sparks. He also texted Brian too and said, hey, I want some other stuff, which you'll see what the other stuff is here in a second. But for now, we're just gonna get this started and pulled in. First off, Alan, what's the alternator you put in this thing?
What do you mean, what alternator?
Remember when it went bad? We put an alternator in it?
Which is probably that one right there.
No, he's put like 4 in since then.
Really?
Yeah. They keep frying them or what keeps happening?
Yeah, they just keep going out.
So, well, it means you're pulling too much current. So maybe replace the voltage regulator.
How many joules?
It's got definitely the family joules.
What does that even mean?
It's a nice little jump start thing.
It was right there.
Right there, too.
You're only at 10.5 volts now.
Yeah, I know. This thing wasn't fully charged. That was the issue.
Alan!
I told him to charge it. Plug it in and charge it.
Go get a set of cables then. Jump it like men.
Our old one. I told you we need a new one. This one is just barely hanging together. The wires.
It's not hanging together.
These little wires down there will come out if you're not careful.
Is this safe?
No, it's not safe. We're all gonna die.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna step back, get far away from the blast zone.
Well, the jump box is better than that.
Holy, I mean, we were pulling over 100 amps there just for a minute. No. You can't, the reason is the battery's dead is the problem.
You got another pair of cables we can maybe jump off the boat too?
Whole rundown on what you think you want to do to this thing. Starting with the bed.
I think with the bed, grenade the light bar, make a hoop, make a simple light bar, so we don't have all this dunnage. Put a couple wings off, throw some new floodlights instead of the projection. 2 electric winches, 1 on each side.
Build their own mount for it.
Build their own mount and put yankum on that.
The long nylon?
Yeah, so we have a long nylon, and then we have the ability to not have to get all obstructed in the road and get all crazy sometimes.
1 on each side?
1 on each side, and then
might get rid of it, maybe just remount it, relocate it. Put this in a box here.
Yeah, could put boxes on both sides.
There's a box on the other side.
The biggest thing now would be 4-inch lift kit. Exhaust needs to dump somewhere other than here, because when you're working back here, it kind of gets you. Custom bumper on the front with a winch in the front.
You only run the cables from the levers from here though, right? Oh, the other side too.
Well, sometimes you get stuck. If you're up against a tree or weeds or something, you have to come over here, and then you're sitting here getting smoked out. I was in Riverton. I went all the way to Riverton to get these. I've been trying to get them for 2 years.
My brothers were just there. The same day you were there, I guarantee my brothers were there. Day before Thanksgiving.
And the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they were there.
It's taken me 2 years to chisel these out of Tyler.
The stuff we've done in the past, like on the UTVs, all just UTV tires. We've done like the Lambo, and we did Sandrail, their Tesla car. Those were all like UTV tracks chopped up, a little bit more extra support. Mat tracks are like the bee's knees when it comes to like all things rugged, industrial, heavy duty, heavy trucks, needing tracks. Obviously, there's also hell tracks out there that are more like what we put on the Cybertruck. That, not the perfect application for this, because this, we can run these through the trees, in the mud, everywhere. Snow. Hell tracks, you're not going to be doing that as much.
You can drive these down the road to get to a job.
Yeah.
We can run them in the snow, mud.
Yeah.
These don't require rails and snow for cooling. Full bogie system, so they're all, everything on these tracks has its own bogie wheels, so doesn't rely on snow
Right.
to cool them, so you can drive them virtually anywhere.
And they're hard to find because they're dang expensive. There's not a lot of them out there. People that have them don't want to sell them. If they do want to sell them, they want to sell them for a ton of money. So Brian went and stole them in the middle of the night. Best way to do it. Somehow Brian always has what you need. And every time I question him and try to call him out on it, I lose because he does have it. It's just the weirdest thing.
Plan is deconstruct out with the old and with the new. We're gonna tear all the lights off. We're tearing down all the crap on the outside. We got all the stickers off. Cut the windshield out. Some of the parts are showing up, but not enough to work on the bottom. So we're tackling the paint first. Got a couple new colors. Can't tell you yet. She'll be bright. They're working on the tracks, cleaning up all the tracks. We're gonna paint all the tracks to match the truck. Basically at this point, it's just all hands on it, getting it scuffed down, getting it all the little areas that we need to take care of, little things that need welded, a couple little things need cleaned up, but it's in pretty good shape. But we're just gonna blast it as much as we can, as quick as we can, try and make some progress. Get after it. Have fun.
Found out something cool. Remember old tow-mater here? Alice Towing, Brian from up there by Bear Lake has this really cool 12 valve. Well, they're gonna give it a whole new look and bring it to Snowed In. I'm talking new paint job, tracks, lift, all bells and whistles, and this is gonna be the bad mama jamma that pulls people out of the snow. First things first is we're in here with my man Camino. He has now cleaned up all the old paint. He's sanding it and getting it ready for a new paint job. He's telling me the yellow down here is gonna be a little bit more orangey tint, so I'll change it just a little bit down here. The blue is gonna have a little bit more purple in it, and the white, staying white. You got kind of the same lines, but fresh paint. I'm driving my snowmobile stuck. Dang it. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes Tow-Mater on tracks to save you. Pull you out. Thanks, Tow-Mater. You're back to ripping down the trail, having fun. I just found out about this while I was doing tracks over there. I'm pumped on it. Brian is around here somewhere. I think he went to get lunch. So when Brian gets back, or tomorrow, or the next day, or if I can ever catch Brian, I'll get a little better rundown for it. But that's what I understood so far, and I like what I understand.
Last week when this was sitting in here, it was white, yellow, and blue, but it was a little dirty. Apparently you just took this in over the weekend to play around with it, or what?
Yeah, we just threw it in the booth, and we wanted to get rid of a couple rust spots. Wanted to personalize a little bit, and the blue on it I hated, and the yellow, we redid the tracks, so it's like now we went too far.
Did
so
you,
we painted the tracks,
you repainted the tracks?
So it went too far, so we had to make the truck match.
Okay. So
in the process, there might have been some glitter spilt in the paint. Possibly. The blue turned a little bit more purple. Purple's a little bit, I don't know, you know?
Let's have a look at this thing. Oh, geez. It is a lot more purple. This is the first time I actually... Dude, look at that, man. Oh, that's a lot of purple. Yeah. Hey, that's all good. But look at all that sparkle. Got little Easter eggs in there.
So I was waiting in between coats, so I took a piece of plastic. Impressions in my thumbs for a week, pushing down so hard, but I did cut a tooth off, I'm sure Dave didn't want, so we did put some dentures on it. That's where we come up with this, just something a little extra, waiting.
Now we've got that everywhere. Now we have fresh paint, fresh clear coat on it. It's all good. This can come off, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Runs. Not the first time I've seen runs.
Edition.
This looks great. I saw the brand new windshield got on there yesterday. Know that we're getting tracks on anything and everything. You got these matte tracks that are going to roll into here. What's the ultimate goal with this?
We got a lift kit for the truck because the springs are old. Degenerative. They're getting a little facelift. We're actually going to put a 4-inch lift kit on it so that everything will work better and it'll turn. We don't have any tolerance issues, anything like that. The springs are going on here shortly. The tracks will go on. The back is on. Then we're going to move to super shout out to Wheelin'. Wheelin's come in and we've taken our old Wheelin', which is about 20 years old.
Oh, really?
Still works great. Changing it up a little bit. We're upgrading all the lights. Wheelin's coming in and they're going to upgrade all the lighting.
So we're getting another bar on top. What do you call this?
It's
not
a
light,
bar.
just a light bar?
That's light bar.
Even with the surround, it's just light bar? Okay. So we're getting a brand new one of those with Wayland. I'm assuming there's going to be some reverse lighting as well.
Yeah, they're putting auxiliary lighting on the whole unit.
Oh, everywhere?
This has been a great bar.
Okay.
It was one of the first gens.
Yeah.
So now, of course, you know how far it's come. We did upgrade the alternator to a different style, more power.
Yeah.
So it actually charges while it's idling. That's always been our problem.
Sweet.
When you're idling, there's no,
Yeah.
you know, it's not ramped up. So.
So you're charging while it's idling?
Yep.
All right, so we're getting Wayland out on this thing. Mat
Then-
tracks are going on, and then someone told me you got to get a little bit of tuggage.
Mile marker has come in, and they've sent 3 new winches. And now we're putting a winch on the front bumper. We're putting new plates built on the side here of the mast.
Okay.
They come out, and we will have 2 auxiliary electric winches off the side by mile marker.
Where are you mounting those?
They're actually in-house. You guys are making brackets that hold on to the mast, that bolt to the bed. Mile markers will actually
Come out this way.
outside. The problem you have is some of these roads are so narrow. When you start pulling off the top and you start trying to get sideways, it tries to pull the truck over. Most of the times it's 4-wheelers, so coming off the side where we can plant the truck and get more of a center of gravity pull, it doesn't try and take the truck with us. So super huge upgrade by mile marker. That's going to be amazing.
We absolutely love the mile marker winches. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 winches pull from locations. That is going to be awesome. So we got Wheeling, brand new stuff. Then we've got the mat tracks. We've got mile marker winches going all over it. We got the Brian paint job special on here.
And then there's some extra tricks we're throwing in, but
Okay.
we're not going to tell you yet.
All right. We'll just stay tuned on that.
So these are just 4 rock lights. We got, well, actually 6. We got 2 in the middle, 2 under the fender well in the front, and 2 actually in the top of the fender well. We got 4 in the rear that we're hooking up, and we got LED lights. Yeah, and then we got LED lights all the way down the rails. So the whole entire bottom side is completely glowing.
I just see this as dinking around.
Well, I mean, you know, this was part of this secret that I told you about.
The lines are pristine.
Dude,
The lines are pristine.
We mic'd them out and everything, man. I stood from the back and I was all like, yeah, it looks good. And he zapped it, so.
Well, you got all the tracks. All the tracks are mounted now.
So Tonga wants us to put 3-inch spacers on the rear and bring the fronts back out.
Shut up. What is this?
I'm serious.
What is this?
These are eyeballs.
And that brings today's sponsor, Temu.
That's exactly what I told Dave too. I was like, it's like somebody got in your Temu account and just bought everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It's gonna be the brightest thing on the mountain. Yeah. People down the mountain are gonna be like, what's that?
Waylon went all out on this. You have lights on every corner of the truck. Because when it's dark up at Snowden, I mean, it's like desolate dark. This will be a saving angel cresting the hill as you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere thinking you're gonna freeze to death.